Hello everyone, thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome to my channel. Today's story sends me back to high school and middle school times when there was a lot of drama in quote-unquote friendships. In today's story, OP's supposedly best friend comes back from England for a whole week and then everyone gets invited to a special dinner except OP. Luckily, OP was able to handle the situation very well. I do hope that you enjoyed this story. If you do, please leave a thumbs up. And before we move on to the story, I'd just like to take a moment and thank all of the subscribers for my channel. You guys are helping me immensely. Thank you so much. And as a reminder to those that are listening, if you do like my content and would like to support me, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button. Anyways, on to the story. My best friend came back from London for a week after moving there, and everyone got invited to a special dinner except me. Jess was my best friend in school. She was outgoing, friendly, and was friends with basically everyone. She'd named me her best friend and we'd hang out all the time outside of school and work, and she was just awesome. I have other friend groups, but we were something else. In January, she moved to England with her family for studies and other reasons, but we kept in touch. Last week, she told us that she was coming up to our hometown for a week to see us all, and we were ecstatic. She asked me privately if I wanted to hang out a couple of hours before the others arrived, and I said yes. We had a great time, then went and met with the others. We were all standing around talking and catching up when Sarah, a close friend, asked if I was coming to dinner. I didn't know about this dinner, so I asked her about it and she told me, "Oh, Jess invited us all to go to a restaurant tonight. Aren't you coming?" I was confused and upset, so I just told her that I had other plans and I didn't let it spoil the day. They're at dinner right now. I saw their Instagram stories and I can't help but feel left out. I'm feeling pretty horrible about it. And I keep wondering, why wouldn't she invite me? Do I bring it up with Jess, or do I just let it go? OP then added an edit to the original post. I feel like I should add a few details. I found out that the group has a group chat that I'm not in. I don't know why, but I'm just not in it. And that's where they discuss the dinner plans. The whole group were only going out for a couple of hours and then going home. Then they would meet at 7 at the restaurant. I found most of this out from the conversations some of them were having between themselves. I didn't want to say anything in case they didn't really want me there and make it awkward because I'm afraid of confrontation. Someone commented, "She might have assumed that since you were already hanging out before the others arrived, you would be coming to dinner too. So she didn't ask that explicitly, just assumed you'd be going." And then the Redditor asked for a little bit more information. "How did you part with the group? Did you say anything to her or just said that you had to go before the dinner got discussed in the group? Your best bet is to just straight up ask your friend. Maybe it was an honest mistake, or maybe she's not as good of a friend as she claims." To which OP replied, "There was apparently a group chat that I wasn't in where dinner got discussed. Since I had little to no details about the whole thing, I couldn't have gone. I didn't know where it was. I only knew that it was at 7 and everyone else was going." Someone else commented, "Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me. I get the impression that she asked OP to hang out before everyone else showed up to spend some quality time together, assuming that she'd just keep hanging out through dinner." Then OP said that she had other plans based on the incorrect assumption that she was being disrespected, and no one tried to guilt her into going when she obviously had something important going on to miss the special event over. "Just ask why you weren't invited, OP, because it sounds to me like asking to spend some time with you alone was the invitation." OP replied, "I doubt it. When we were together before the rest of the group, she asked what time I was leaving the others. I left around 4. And Jess said that she was leaving around 5 to 6 to go home and quote-unquote chill out." Someone commented, "It's not clear they were hanging out in the same place. The way I read the OP is that they were meeting at the restaurant later, not that they were being joined by other people at the same place where they were hanging out." "Oh, Jess invited us all to go to the restaurant tonight. Aren't you coming?" How would OP have even known where to go without a direct invitation? To which OP replies, "Exactly. I had no idea the dinner was even happening. No idea what place they were going, so I wouldn't have known where to go with an invite." Someone commented, "It could have been a mistake, like she assumed that you would come along and didn't need to plan in advance. Just let her know that you didn't tag along because you were not specifically invited in advance. And next time, ask her to tell you either way, if you are invited so you'll come, or if you're not being invited because of conflicts and that's why you're meeting separately in advance. Let her know you're okay either way, so long as she tells you in advance, so you know what to expect and can plan accordingly. You'll also know by her answer how you want to treat the relationship with her." To which OP replied, "I wouldn't have been able to tag along. The group would go home, then arrive separately at the restaurant." This might be a little long, but man is it juicy. I found it was way deeper than just a misunderstanding. So I asked Jess 3 days ago and forgot to update, so here we are. I took your guys' advice and messaged her asking how the dinner with everyone was and how come I wasn't invited. Not in a rude way, just in a nonchalant way, and got left on red for a day. So instead, I went to Sarah, the one who told me about it in the first place, and I asked her who organized the whole thing, and she informed me that Jess had created a group chat for the dinner with everyone who was going in it. She asked me why I didn't go, and I just flat out said that I wasn't invited, which was apparently news to her because apparently Jess had told everyone that I wasn't coming, because I had said that I didn't want to come, which I never said because I didn't know about it. Yesterday morning, Jess finally replied and said that she didn't think that I'd want to come because I quote-unquote have trouble eating, which I do not. I recovered from an ED last year, so it's not even an issue anymore. She knows this, so I said that it's not a problem anymore and you know that. She responded saying something like, "But you're not friends with everyone there, so why would you even want to come? Like, not everyone wants you there anyway." And that was enough for me. Because I'm friends with all the girls, we hang out regularly save for a few people who are mutual friends. So I just said that if she didn't want me there, it was fine, and that she didn't have to lie to the others. She then obviously blocked me for like an hour. LOL. But the plot thickens, my friends. I then got a stream of messages from Sarah, Maddie, etc. and all of my friends who were at the dinner asking me what I said to Jess because this girl told everybody that I had called her horrible names for not inviting her. Little did Jess know that I had screenshotted the conversation to show to a friend who wasn't involved in all this. So I just sent it to all of them and bam, everyone blocked Jess, and then she unblocked me trying to apologize and stuff. But I'm not having any of it. I just deleted her, blocked her on everything. I don't need people like that in my life. So guys, what did you think about this? Honestly, I really do hope that these people are 20 years and younger, because this whole situation would be extremely weird if these were fully grown adults. Like, what? In any cases, I am so glad that OP got out of that horribly toxic relationship. Like, it sounded really bad. The friend just seems like a horrible human being, and I'm so glad that they realized that they don't need that sort of toxicity in their life. Anyways guys, I do hope that you enjoyed this story. If you do, please leave a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories from Reddit with updates.